department, EMDI, you are welcome. We have Engineer Ogunkoya, AK, Head DMS Unit, you are also welcome. And so we have Mr. Adebare, AO, Head Media and Protocol, EMDI, you are welcome. I would like to also recognize Dr. Adelaja, he's the Associate Director, Futa Tech Peak, you are welcome. We also have in our midst Professor John Alaba Olumorewa, Director, Cred Futa. You are welcome, sir. Also in our midst, we have Professor Laduni Abosede Daramola, Director, Saint. You are welcome. I would also like to recognize great Futarians. Great Futarians. You are all welcome. We have in our midst some secondary. We also have in our midst former Governing Council Chairman, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, and a very senior professor of this great institution, Professor Amo. You are welcome, sir. Please, sir, can you move to the front seat, sir? You are welcome, sir. We have in our midst some secondary school students here. We have students from St. Peter's Secondary School, Akure. You are welcome. Please, can you stand up for recognition? We have also students from CAC Grammar School, Akure. You are welcome. We have students from Complete Child. You are welcome. And also students from St. Dominic's, Akure. You are welcome. Our Vice Chancellor, distinguished guests, I would like to invite to the podium the Director of Futa Tech Peak, Professor Olutola Olubanjo, for his welcome address.
I want to say good morning to everybody. An address delivered by the Director, Futa Tech Peak, Professor O.O. Olubanjo, on the occasion of the 2024 edition of Modern Certificate 4.0, theme, Unleashing Potentials, Empowering Tomorrow's Leader. The Vice Chancellor, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics, the Registrar of our university, the Bursar, the University Librarian, our esteemed guest speaker, Mrs. Yusuf Fausat Olumide, all deans, directors, and heads of departments, distinguished school members, staff and students of our great institution, invited guests and friends of the university, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, great Futarians. It is with great delight that I stand before you today to welcome you to another edition of the University Annual Modern Certificate 4.0 2024 edition. The theme of this year Modern Certificate is Unleashing Potentials, Empowering Tomorrow's Leaders. This theme has been carefully selected because it is highly pivotal for our collective future, and I urge us all to hold it close to our heart. As we stand at the threshold of our academic journey, we are reminded that our time in university is not just about earning a degree, but about discovering our purpose, employing our passion, and developing the skills and knowledge to make a meaningful impact in the world. I want to particularly focus on our creative students for whom this program is purposely designed. We are not just students, but change makers, innovators, and problem solvers. We are the ones who will shape the future, drive progress, and make a difference. But to do so, we must first unleash our potentials. And that requires courage, resilience, and determination. I want you all to realize that every one of you has a unique potential within you, a set of talents and abilities waiting to be discovered, nurtured, and unleashed. As a student, you are at a critical junction in your lives where the choice you make, the skills you develop, and the passions you pursue will shape the leaders you become tomorrow. The journey to unleashing your potential begins with self-discovery and continuous learning. Understanding your strengths, weaknesses, interests, and values is critical, while in a rapidly changing world, and continuous learning is what is imperative. The knowledge and skills required today may become obsolete tomorrow. Therefore, embrace a mindset of lifelong learning. Seek out new challenges and enroll in courses that pique your interests and stay curious. Remember, education does not end with graduation. It is a lifelong journey. The path to realizing our potential is really smooth. We will face obstacles, setbacks, and failures. However, it is your resilience and adaptability that will define your success. Learn from your failures, adapt to new circumstances, and endure through difficulties. Every challenges you overcome add to your strength and capability as a future leader. Leaders is not a solitary endeavor. It is about bringing people together, inspiring and empowering them. Therefore, build strong relationships with your peers, mentors, and industrial professionals. Collaborate on projects, engage in meaningful discussions, and learn from the experiences of others. A strong network will provide support, opportunities, and diverse perspectives. Great leaders are driven by a clear vision and a sense of purpose. What impact do you want to make in the world? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Define your vision and align yourself and your action with your purpose. These will not only guide you in your personal and professional journey, but also inspire those around you. As we strive to become leaders, it is essential to lead with integrity, honesty, and empathy. Ethical leadership builds trust, fosters respect, and creates a positive impact. Make decisions that reflect your values. Treat others with kindness and always consider the greater good. In conclusion, each of you has the potential to become a leader who can shape a better tomorrow by embarking on a journey of self-discovery, embracing continuous learning, demonstrating resilience, and building strong networks, defining our vision, and leading ethically. We can unleash our true potentials. The future is in our hands. Let us seize this opportunity to empower ourselves and, in turn, empower others. Together, we can create a world where everyone has the chance to thrive and lead. Thanks, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Shall we sustain the applause for Director Technical Futa? Our Vice Chancellor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to recognize and welcome Director Quality Assurance Futa, Professor Lassa Lau. And welcome, sir. We also have the CSO Futa in our midst, Mr. Olani Tori. You are welcome. And also in our midst are students from Jeremy's group of school. You are welcome. Please, can you stand up for recognition? You are welcome. At this point, I would like to invite our Vice Chancellor, Professor Adenike Temidayo Oladiji, for our opening remarks. The Vice Chancellor, ma'am.
The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic and Development. Academic was here, he had to leave. Thank you. The Registrar, University Librarian, University Bossa, our keynote speaker and overseeing officer, Engineering Material Development Institute, Akure, Mrs. Yusuf Fausat Olumide, who is here with senior staff and members of organization. The head Migrant Resource Center, Job Center, Ministry of Labor and Productivity, Mrs. Maureen Obe, Dr. Austin Idiofo, the head of components, GIZ, Nigeria, Director, TechPeak, Professor Obafemi Olubanjo, deans and directors here present, Director Quality Assurance, Director Center for Entrepreneurship Development, Director Center for Renewable Energy Center, a former Pro-Chancellor, Ahmadu Bello University, distinguished Professor of Futa, Professor Amao, great Futarians, distinguished guests. This university was a cutting-edge research that would accelerate the growth and development of our nation and also produce students who will be job creators rather than job seekers. Hence, our motto is technology for self-reliance. I am especially delighted to welcome our keynote speaker of today, Mrs. Yusuf Fausat Olumide, the Director, EMDI, Akure. I'm always excited to see women occupy public positions of responsibility. Everyone knows the biological, parental, and cultural hurdles that a woman has to scale to achieve visibility. The cultural barrier is even more telling. This is why out of 763 elected senators in Nigeria in the last 25 years, only 43 are women. Currently, there are only 3 females out of 109 senators. In the 25 years of the Fourth Republic, there has been no elected female governor. We are not complaining. We are merely drawing the attention of our male counterparts, our dear brothers, to let their sisters breathe. After all, we all have female children, and we desire that they make good progress. We are grateful for your interest in the strides of 24 ranking of higher education. The core areas of performance appraisal in the ranking are teaching, research quality, research environment, industry, and international outlook. With all sense of modesty, I can say loud and clear that FUTA is a research active institution, and the present administration in the university is poised to keep it. Tomorrow again, we shall be having a program by our Center for Entrepreneurship Development Also to showcase skills that has been acquired, developed by our students. We also invite all of you to join us as we see how well and how much our students can do. If you like food, please come. There will be a lot of cooking and cooking products there. If you are inclined to fashion, please come. You will see from footwear to dresses, shirts, headwears, hats, beads. If you want to challenge you want to change your looks, and it is you need a makeup artist, please also come. You will meet a lot of them there. If you are interested in bee farming, also come. Poultry, fisheries, please come. Last year we had chicken like never before. Come, you will meet all of those things there. If you are interested in vegetable farming, also come. They are there. You are interested in welding, molding, refrigerator repairs, mechanics, all of those, public speaking, IT, publishing, everything is there. Just come and you will be amazed what Futarians can do. If you do not know anything about us, there is something we call the spirit of a Futarian. There is a spirit of the Futarian. If you come tomorrow, you will understand the spirit of the Futarian. We also have one song that we sing here in Futa. I will not sing it, but I will say it. It's a Yoruba song. And it is all the trainings that we acquire that also propels us to sing that song confidently. We say, Atibatalaye ti daye, kosomo Futa to shuriburuku. Because you acquire something from here that cannot make your head not to be correct. I am marketing Futa to our secondary school students. If you come here, you can be sure that your head will remain in.
Students struggling with maths as a future engineer, a shy technical as a competitive public speaker, or a community-facing challenges as a hub of innovation and growth. Nurturing potential. The ability to recognize potential is just the beginning of unleashing potential. Nurturing it is where the real work lies. Nurturing potential involves creating an environment who are empowered and more likely to prioritize sustainability in their decisions and action, leading to policies and practices that protect our planet for future generations. They are also better prepared to advocate for and break changes that promote long-term well-being and prosperity. Cultivating inclusive and equitable society. Empowerment is not just leadership, it's also about inclusivity and equity. By empowering a diverse group of young leaders, we ensure that a wide range of perspectives, experience, and voices are represented in the decision-making process. This diversity enriches our societies and leads to more just and equitable outcomes. Empower leaders from all backgrounds can work toward breaking down systemic barriers and create opportunity for all individuals to thrive. They can champion policies that promote social justice, reduce inequality, and ensure that everyone has a seat at the table. Reducing resilience and adaptability. The future is uncertain, and the ability to adapt to change is a crucial skill for any leader. Empowering tomorrow's leaders involves teaching them resilience and adaptability. This quality enables them to respond effectively to unforeseen challenges, pivot when necessary, and remain focused on their goals despite setbacks. Resilient leaders can inspire confidence and stability in times of crisis, guiding their communities through the records with strength and compassion. They are so better equipped to identify extraordinary opportunity amidst challenges and to turn adversity into growth. Inspiring a legacy of leadership. Finally, empowering tomorrow leaders ensure a continuous legacy of leadership. When we invest in the development of young leaders, we create a ripple effect that extends far beyond their individual contribution. Empower leaders, inspire, and mentor the next generation, passing on their knowledge, values, and visions. This creates a circle of empowerment that strengthens our society and ensures that we are always prepared to face the future with capable and visionary leaders at the ends of our fear. Creating opportunities. Empowering future leaders implies that the present generation is provided with the opportunity to lead. This involves creating space where young people can take on leadership roles, make decisions, and learn from their successes and failures. It is through this experience that develop the confidence and resilience needed to lead effectively. Organizations, schools, and communities must be proactive in offering leadership opportunities. This can be through student council, community projects, internship, and more. By so doing, we not only prepare young people for future leadership, but also benefit from their fresh perspectives and innovative ideas. Each of us has a role to play in unleashing potential, our own and that of others. It begins a mindset of possibility and commitment to support and uplift those around us. It is about being mentors, advocates, and champions for those who might not yet see their own potential. In our personal life, we can seek our opportunity for growth and challenge ourselves to go beyond our comfort zone. As we look to the future, we should realize the task of empowering tomorrow's leaders, both a tremendous responsibility and incredible opportunity by investing in education, fostering mentorship, encouraging innovation, promoting civic engagement, building supportive infrastructure, and leveraging technology. We can create a world where potential is not just recognized but fully realized. Empowering tomorrow leaders is not just a task, it is a mission that requires dedication, vision, and collective effort. It is about creating individuals who are committed to making a positive impact on their community and the world. Empowering future leaders also means providing them with opportunity to lead. This involves creating space where people can take on leadership roles, make decisions, and learn from their successes and failures. Organizations, schools, and communities must be proactive in offering leadership opportunities. This can be through student councils, community projects, internship, and more. By so doing, this not only prepare young people for future leaders, but also benefit from their fresh perspective and innovative idea. It is through this experience that develop the confidence and resilience needed to lead effectively. Tomorrow leaders must be equipped to think outside the box, to challenge the status quo, and to take risks. Environment that encourage experimentation and resilience need to be created. Government educational institutions and the private sectors must collaborate to build systems that support startup and entrepreneurial ventures. This including providing access to funding, resources, and networks that can help young entrepreneurs turn their idea into reality. Young people must be encouraged to get involved in their community, to understand the issues that affect society, and take action. This can be achieved through volunteering, advocacy, or even pursue careers in public services. By so doing, we nurture leaders who are not only capable, also compassionate and committed to the greater good. Together, let us commit to unleashing potential within our young people, empowering them to become leaders of tomorrow. The future is bright. Together, Christians are going to empower them to become leaders of tomorrow. The future is bright, and with our combined effort, it will be in capable hands. Thank you for listening.
Shall we sustain the applause for our lecturer? Thank you very much. I would like to hand over the microphone to our Vice Chancellor, who is the chairman for today's event.
Thank you. Another round of applause for our lecturer. Please, let's be seated. Thank you very much. Only a true leader can talk about leadership and what it entails. Thank you very much, ma'am, for the lecture. I believe everybody must have taken some notes. One thing that I like about what she has said is that, among many things, she said every one of us has a role to play. Everyone has a role to play. One of my mentors told me something a long time ago, and he said, leaders emerge. And over the years, I have continued to ruminate on what that sentence can mean. And one of the reasons I align perfectly with what he said then is the fact that I often ask myself, from primary school, people come to a class and somebody will say, you are the class captain. Not necessarily because the teacher knows their academic performance only, but he looks at a lot of factors and he says, this is the class captain, and so be it. And the person takes on the role. And it continues like that to get to secondary school. At some point, they select the head boy, the prefects. Sometimes it's not because they were the best in their classes. But the one that amazes me most is that when you come to the university, everybody coming from different backgrounds, somehow from 100 level you also have class rep. And it did not, usually will not emerge by election. Neither will it emerge by selection. Somehow everybody will just keep saying, he or she is our class rep, and so be it. And that tells me clearly that leaders emerge. It also tells me clearly that there are things that makes somebody a leader. If you are not conscious of it from the young age, it will not jump on you when you become old. And that is why we are talking about leadership at a time like this. Thank you very much, ma'am, for all that you have taught us today. We will take a few questions and comments before we go further into the business of today. You have questions, you have comments, please signify by raising your hand. Everybody can ask questions. Everybody can ask questions. Anybody can also make comments. From the top gallery, anybody? Nobody. Okay, from the extreme row, anybody? Second row? No comment. Third row, Professor Salawu. Fourth row, yes, okay. From the back, 1 and 2. I thought, okay, and 3. And the last row, anybody there? I can't see anybody. Okay, so we take it from Professor Salawu. I think Professor Salawu is the first, and then we take the 3 people on this side. Thank you very much. If you are speaking, please describe yourself. Let us know who you are.
Thank you very much, my most amiable Vice Chancellor. Our guest lecturer, I appreciate you also for the wonderful lecture you have presented to us this morning. Ola Salau is my name. I'm a professor of biochemistry and also a director at the Quality Assurance Management Unit of this university. Yeah, there's a question that has always been bothering my mind about leadership. Nigeria is a country that we have the theories, everything it entails to be a good leader. But the question is, why is it that it is a serious problem in this country that we have not been able to put our leadership right, despite the fact that all the theories, all the principles, we know them. Because if today leadership can be something that can be put right in this country, I'm very sure that things will begin to work very well. The question is, why? We know the theory, we know the principle, but we are not getting it right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Madam will answer the question, but I will add to your question by saying, it looks to me like it's not only the leadership we didn't get right, the followership we also did not get right. So maybe she will be able to answer why the followership is also not right, so that she will join it with the leadership. Let's take all the questions now, so you will take everything together.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My question is, when you're talking about
your name, please, and where you come from.
Okay, sorry. Olusegun Kennedy Jones, Department of Biomedical Technology, 300 level. Okay, my question is, when you're talking about nurturing potentials, okay, now let me say nurturing potentials for leaders. If you want to nurture a potential for leaders, how do the person go about it? Okay, an instance is, let's say the person is having the leader input now is having a superior. So now let's say the superior is another, and it's not really maybe part of the constitution the leader belongs to. How does the person address that kind of situation?
Let me get the question right. Somebody has another leader.
Yes.
And then your leader is giving an instruction which does not tally with your belief or what you think is the constitution of wherever.
Yes, ma'am.
How will the person go about it? Okay, thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm Stephen Inowu from the Department of Chemistry, 500 level. And my question is, as leaders, we talked about nurturing potentials. So how do you balance leading someone? For example, someone wants to, let's say I'm a leader and one of my followers or someone under me wants to take a decision and know that we don't lead right. And
a position that knows that you wouldn't.
He wants to take a decision that I know wouldn't come out right. So how do I balance it with actually letting that person make his own choice? For example, yeah.
I think we get the question. The choice the person wants to make is not going to come out well. So you want to know how you, as a leader, will balance the training for that person. Okay, without imposing your choice on the person. Thank you.
Good day. My name is
Please wait. What he's saying is, if you are my leader, I want to take a decision because I want to pour this water on this table. You know it's not correct. The outcome will not be good. So you don't want me to pour the water. How are you going to ensure that I don't pour the water without necessarily making it look like you are imposing your wish on me? Is that your question? You know I'm a scientist. Oh yeah.
Good day. My name is Fashion Mirajo. I'm a student from Completion Government College. I have a question and a comment. And the comment seems like an answer to this question. So can I just still say it?
Yes, please.
So my comment is on leadership. I think leadership starts from home. It starts from the training. Now, the thing is that every leader was once a follower. and every follower will one day be a leader in one situation. So we complain that our leader did this, it is wrong. He did that, it is wrong. But you forgot when you made a mistake in class or when you did something wrong in class. Now imagine someone that, my mom said this thing, she said it to me once. She said, if in class now, all the students contributed money to your hand, and you are supposed to use, let's say, 20,000 to get something. You use 15,000 instead and get that 5,000. When that person later becomes the president, well, how do we know that you will not take 80 billion naira or 100 billion naira? So the thing is, leadership starts from training. You must first be ready to take that training that you will now give to another person.
Okay, thank you for the comments. You have questions or questions?
My question is on potential. How does location affect identifying potential?
Okay, how does your location, if you are located in Akure, as different from being located in Leoluji, how does it affect the development of your potentials or even identifying your potentials? I think that's all. Over to you, Madam.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to take all the questions together because it bears on leadership. Number one, a leader must live by example.
Leader must live by
example. You are in an office as a leader, you must lead. The actual time to resume office, resume at appropriate time. And you see some of the followers, if they follow the rules, guiding an organization, there will not be a problem. Or you can see some leader, some followers, they won't follow the rules of the organization. And there's one question, why do we get wrong leadership? In Nigeria, there's some problem that I observe that to choose a leader is like a man to man, which should not be so. Let it be leadership competitive. Let it have the right person at the right position. And the followers too. In Nigeria, we will be complaining about, so what is happening in those places, what is happening in so place. We don't do the right things at the right time. For instance, our plan to travel out the country 5 years ago, at the airport over there, everybody will follow their rules. When we get to Nigeria, everything comes scatter. Why? We are asking ourselves, when we are there, all of us follow there, what happened to our own rules in Nigeria? This thing is the leadership, and the problem of this country is on both the leader and the follower. When the leader gives the rules, do this at the right time, do this thing at the rules. Let's follow the rules. Like my brother saying, if you give him money, I can't understand his question.
No, it was the comment.
It was the comment. Okay. What I can say is that let's follow the rules. When we follow the rules, the leaders, they will change. Like the president gave an order, if it's a problem of palliative or no palliative, if the state government will follow what they call the presidency, that's one problem of this country.
Thank you very much, Mark. We'll come to you. Yes, you have you. Thank you very much. A round of applause for that. I just want to make 2 comments on some of the things that have been said. Number one is, how do you make, not to impose your idea while you want to pass a good idea? For me, I think that is where the role of education comes in. Education and enlightenment. And it's not far from the issue of leadership and followership. It's almost all the same. If one of my mentors taught me something while I was a director of research at the University of Illinois, I wrote a memo to my vice chancellor then, and we wanted to do a program, and we needed to for him to approve money to be paid. So I wrote a letter to him to say, please approve this money. And then he called me, he said, Madam, in as much as I want to approve this thing, it will not translate to anything. He said, not because my approval does not mean that I have approved. He said, you have written this letter, you did not put the budget and the account where the money will be paid. He said, if I approve and I send to Bursary will keep it for many days. After, when they have your time, they will now send for you to provide accounts and the budget. He said, next time you are writing, put all these things together in one piece. And then once I approve, it will flow like that. He did not tell me that this is the correct way. He only taught me the correct way. And the difference between what he had done and him telling me, go and attach this one, is that he has taught me rather than instructing me. If he had instructed me, put account number, I probably would still put account number, but I would not understand why I needed to put the account number. So I believe education will help people to know why it is good to do something and why it is bad to do the other. And that's why we are in line with the comment of our young brother there who said leadership, whoever wants to be a leader must first of all be a follower and must imbibe some training, because you cannot start from the top. Everybody must climb the ladder from the beginning, and then you get to the top of the ladder. And when we talk about leadership, followership, one of the things that I always ask people is that how many of us have been to a newspaper stand, these newspaper agents before? If you go there, you will understand the problem of Nigeria. If you have never been there, please go there at least once or twice. You will understand the problem of Nigeria. You will understand how much people that have no knowledge wants to impose their ideas and wants to be in charge in Nigeria. And I believe that is a major problem of Nigeria. People have no knowledge of the workings of things, but they have loud voices, so they speak. When the flooding in Maiduguri happened, there was a video that was on social media. Somebody was saying government knows that the dam was bad for ages, they kept voting money and they kept squandering the money. And for us as Nigerians, it looks like what we would like to hear. But somebody who was an expert, the person also showed the video of what she said was broken down, and they saw it and they didn't repair it. The person was an expert on another platform where I belong to, the Nigerian Academy of Science. It's only scientists there, they are not politicians. Now gave an in-depth speech on the construction of dams. The fact that every dam must have exits, and that the part that the woman was showing as the broken part was actually a normal part of the dam. But she would have used social media to misinform every other person, and every Nigerian will be happy to hear that, because we are happier to hear that people have squandered and mismanaged our money. People use social media, the followers use social media to destroy every good intention of government. I'm not saying government is good. I'm not into any form of politics. The university, by law, is even not allowed to be partisan, because every Nigerian owns the university, and every Nigerian can be any part of any party. So we are not being partisan, but when you go to the newspaper stand, please go there. Just try, go there one day. You will understand Nigeria and the Nigerian problem. Mr. Reso, please give him the microphone.
Thank you for the opportunity. I would just like to answer Rob's question. The young man at the back there that talks about your environment, how does it impact on how you are able to express yourself? So, Prof question, and okay, is that yeah? And this is an additional question: is that how is it that we don't have good leadership output in Nigeria in performance? And this is a response, additional question of that. Why is it that we don't have good followers? And I will summarize that question in 3 captions: system, structure, and order. And I will give a very practical example. I came into Akure on Sunday from Lagos, and it took me about 30 minutes to move from the front of that King's Palace Junction to the other end. And why? Because there is a path laid out for the commercial transporters to pass through, but that path was already jam-packed by marketers. I mean, that is totally out of order. Now, but that cannot happen in Lagos. And I also observed that the taxi drivers, once they drive, they want to pick somebody. They don't care, they just block you. They stop on the road. But you know in Lagos, if you try that, LASMA is going to arrest you. They either impound your car or you are going to pay serious fine for it. So, because there is no order, I believe that if there is order, people have a sense of responsibility. They will respond and they will be responsible citizens. For instance, if Nigeria goes abroad, we all behave. That is one. Secondly, I would want to say leadership in Nigeria is by, first of all, selection, then election. Now, because people who are morally enabled and standard will not want to get involved in politics. And that is why Nigeria is like this. When good people are running away from leadership, and that is what I'm trying to bring out from that is that from now, if you have a good mind, be involved in the politics. And I know you will be bullied out, but life is also always about risk. If you don't take the risk, if you don't think of yourself, think about your generations to come and be involved in that risk. I will talk to the young man who talks about environment. I was listening to a TED talk by this comedian recently, he's on Instagram. This comedian from Oshogo, Lai Wolaye. The TED talk was talking about how he talked about a law of physics, how physics actually says that a ball remains, he simplified it. A ball is standing still, is on a spot, except there is an external force that acted on it. And that motion continuously, continuously, if there is no other external force that acts on it to stop. So, and he said what motivated him is not an external force, because in his environment, and we're familiar with Oshogo, and we've traveled around the southeast, there is no motivation for him. But the most importantly is that you expose your mind first of all. When the global village, you have access to internet, you have access to very, very good things on internet and non-destructive things that can kill your mind and get you, pinned to a corner. You can get yourself mentored and listening to, those days we read voraciously books and things like that. But these days you have a lot of audio books that you can put on your phone instead of listening to all those, funny music that won't enhance your mindset. And those things get your mind challenged. And again, move from one point to the other and identify what you want and what you want to become. There is so much I can say, but I'll stop here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we're all done. We're in a global village. Everybody can achieve as much as he desires.
Thank you very much. I'll put our hands together once again. We are moving 10 minutes. I would like to invite Dr. Austin Ejiofor, Head of Component, Regular and Regional Migration, German Development Corporation, Nigeria, to just say a brief remarks for 10 minutes. Let's put our hands together for him as he's coming.
Thank you so much. I would like to stand on existing protocol just to save time. So I'm happy to be here today on behalf of the GIZ or GIZ, which is just an abbreviation coined from German, Deutsche Gesellschaft für internationale Zusammenarbeit. This is German. If you translate this to English, we'll be talking about the German Development Cooperation. So GIZ is commissioned by the German government through the German Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development. So the way to understand GIZ is sometimes to think about DFID for the UK or USAID for the US. That is what GIZ represents for the German government. The only difference is that these other ones I mentioned for US and UK are more like donor agencies. So they give money to national governments and ministries to implement activities without really being involved in implementation. But GIZ is an implementing agency. So we don't just give money, we rather support financially and technically to implement different kinds of projects that are around the Sustainable Development Goals. So in Nigeria, GIZ has about 27 different programs. And just to make a remark, that in line with the Paris Declaration of 1998, the German government does not talk about development aid, like just giving money to developing countries or countries in the global south. We rather talk about development cooperation, which means recognizing that there is something very unique and useful in the partner countries. So Germany goes to those countries and seek partnership and collaboration to address the challenges that those countries have identified. So in Nigeria, for instance, the Nigerian government has identified a number of areas of intervention across different sectors, and GIZ, in collaboration with the Nigerian government, usually at that top level, we collaborate with the Federal Ministry of Budget and National Planning, right, at the top level, but then at specific levels we identify relevant line ministries that we collaborate. So let me just talk generally about Germany and Nigeria. So the various sectors identified cut across agriculture, where we have a cluster with several programs addressing different issues on agriculture across several states. We identified energy supply, like electricity, as a key area of intervention. That's from the Nigerian side. And GIZ is collaborating with the Ministry of Power to address a number of things around energy efficiency, rural electrification, and renewable energy. Another sector that has been identified is on skills development, entrepreneurship, decent jobs, and the rest. So we also have a large cluster that addresses a number of issues in this regard. That is where my own program is domiciled, which is Centers for Migration and Development. So GIZ recognizes the challenges that have come with migration. Look at the economic situation in Nigeria today. Things are very hard. Like every day, I cannot talk about that because everybody knows what the reality is in Nigeria, and there seems to be a lot of push factors that are pushing our young people. You students are still in secondary school. Very soon you get to university, you graduate. God will bless you with good jobs. But oftentimes that's not the reality. So people become jobless, and I'm happy that we are doing a whole lot to address this kind of issues at the foundation by providing trainings on vocational skills, providing trainings on entrepreneurship, letting you know that you must not wait till you get a white-collar job, right? You can also develop skills for yourself through the various interventions that we have. So we recognize this challenge of push factors, and we are really taking them head-on together with our partners, the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment. So these are our partners for our program implementation. We offer a lot of trainings, measures on different selected vocational skills, soft skills as well for employment, and we address the issues of irregular migration, letting you know that you don't have to go through the desert or through the Mediterranean Sea to travel out. You can unleash your potentials in Nigeria, but if you choose to unleash them outside Nigeria, there are regular pathways to follow, which is why we do a whole lot educating people on how they can go on a regular basis to Germany, for example, to study or to work in Germany. I did my master's and PhD in Germany, so I can tell you for sure that there are a lot of opportunities in Germany. And after this session, we are having about 30 minutes to 1 hour for individual consultations. If you're seated here and you are interested in going to Germany for further studies when you've graduated, or going to Germany for the undergraduate program for the secondary school students, or you want to work in Germany, you've developed certain level of skills and you want to, explore to see whether you can get jobs in Germany, my colleagues from FMLE and myself and others will be around to talk to you one-on-one to show you the way. Remember to follow who know road. You know the road, and we're happy to guide you. Thank you.
Don't jack power. Thank you very much. Quickly, before I invite the representative of the Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment, I would like to recognize and welcome Comrade Akintunde Fatoki, National Welfare Officer, FUTA Alumni Worldwide. You are welcome. We have with us students from Aquinas College, Akure. Can you stand up quickly for recognition? You're welcome. Students from Akure Muslim College, you are welcome. Right now, I would like to invite Barrister Maureen Bouvier, Head Migrant Resource Center, Job Center of the Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment, just for 10 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. Thank you, ma. All protocols duly observed. Austin, thank you very much. Well, like a pair of trousers, his right leg, I'm left leg. So we're always working together as a team. I want to appreciate the organizers of this program. We're immensely grateful. And I bring you greetings from the family of Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment, our Honorable Minister of State, Kiriko, and Director, John Nyamali. We say thank you for this great opportunity. We, like they said, Maureen Bouvier, Head Migrant Resource Center, as well as the Job Center of the Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment. We are a one-stop shop for migrant issues. So we take on return migrants, we reintegrate them back into the system, we ensure that they are sustainably reintegrated, because if that is not done economically and socially, we can't say reintegration is successful. So we do lots of pre-departure orientation seminar. We don't tell you not to travel. Traveling is your right. Migration is your right, but you have to do it the right way. Because the way you have your rights and rules here, the same way the other sovereign nations have theirs. So we don't want to go there to be a nuisance to them. So we prepare our youths very well, package them well enough, so that when you go, you're going to add value to that society. You're not going to be a nuisance, you're not going to bring negative publicity, not just to yourself and family, but to the entire nation as a whole. So to this end, we do lots of labor migration advocacy to schools, secondary schools. We target the vulnerable groups, the final year students, those in secondary schools that are leaving, the youth corpers, because we know for most of these people, they are just itching to drop whatever they are doing and take off. And then the danger about this is that most of them are ill-informed. Just about 2 weeks back, we intercepted a young girl that was being trafficked. All she knew was that she was getting a job in Milan. There's no passport, there's no visa. How are you going to get there? She didn't care. But thankfully, we were able to get her back. And by the time we told her the danger she was going to fall into, we showed her a video clip of those that were being rescued on the Red Sea, the Mediterranean Sea, and the desert. She was in tears. She was like, this is a film, it's not real. I said, this is real. It was not a movie, it was not directed by anybody. This is real. They were rescuing migrants that were in danger, and quite a number of them usually die. So at times somebody will say, my daughter is here, but they can't hear of them. My son is here, they can't hear of them. So is this we try to drive into the minds of our youths, that you don't need to go out there and risk your life and live just to get a living. It's always a life that can make money. So we do this in schools, in markets, in churches, and different institutions, in communities. Not just in Lagos, we do a lot of it in Southwest too, because our center is in 4 states now of the Federation. We just got one in Nasarawa, but the 3 of them are most effective in Edo State, in Abuja, and Lagos. So the Lagos Center covers a lot of work down Southwest. So we are here at your service and ready to do the right thing by you. So we do lots of this. We do psychosocial counseling for them, because mentally so many of them are not there. For us to reintegrate them, they have to be psychologically okay. Because you can't tell a returnee set up a barbing shop and his mental health is not okay. He can slap a customer and that's the end of that business. So before we get them on that route, we need to put them in a mental state that can help them. So to this end, as much as we're telling you don't travel, we also have home alternative. Yes, Nigeria is not as bad as we think it is. It's when you go out there, you know that Nigeria is a blessed nation. Like we're talking about issue of leadership is just for us to get it right. But in your own space, you can create your own world. And then you be a king in your world. To this end, we do lots of employability training to upskill our youths, to also get jobs that are in demand. We train them in tech, our business. We train them in vocational and skills acquisition. The Ministry of Labour, incidentally, is the ministry that issued the trade test certificate. So that has a certificate that certifies artisans depending on their proficiency. We have trade test 1 and 2 and 3. So depending on your proficiency, we give you that certificate. So with that, you are able to get jobs even outside the shores of this country. So we do that, lots of entrepreneurship, ICSS, Inspire, Create, Start and Scale, to make sure that our youths who are entrepreneurs, and a lot of them are, they are also put in the right scale. We do financial literacy classes, we do digital marketing, and lots of others. And we also have job fair. The ministry provides an enabling environment for job creation. So we bring in employers, we bring in job seekers. They register on our website, we give them the opportunities that are available to get jobs. We run lots of career fair and job fairs. And we're having one on the 18th of October soon. And we're bringing people from different industries, the remote work, online marketing, the food and beverages sector. So a number of people are coming for that job fair. So we also have shortlisted youths that will be coming there. So at the ministry, we are out there watching for your back. The federal government is doing lots of things. It's not that so many people are not aware. But on the other flip side of it, how many can really be catered for? So but the few that come into our space, as much as lies within our power, and in partnership with our colleagues here, we make sure that people get these services and they are all free of charge. So once again, I want to say thank you to you all, and special greetings from the Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment, specifically the Migrant Resource Center and the Job Center. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We would like to excuse our Vice Chancellor for her exigency of office, but before she leaves, we would like to quickly take a group photograph with our guest on the high table at the foyer here. Can we step forward? very much. Quickly, let me recognize and welcome the Hive Incubator, represented by Fashi Yonidamola, Community Manager. You are welcome. Thank you. We also have in our midst Mr. Balogun Babatunde, Center Manager, Technology Incubation Centre, Akure. You are welcome, sir. Thank you. And don't forget to join FUTA at tomorrow's Scent exhibition at FUTA Multipurpose Hall at 10 in the morning. The program is still on, please. Don't forget to join us tomorrow at 10 in the morning at FUTA Multipurpose Hall for the Scent exhibition. We are moving ahead, and it's time for the pitch deck and presentation by the competition finalists. And of course, I would like to invite Director TechPIC, Professor Lubanjo, to direct the next session. Professor Lubanjo, please. Let's put our hands together for him as he's coming to the podium.
We are at the point of pitching, and we have a number of our students who presented their innovations during screening, and after that, 7 of them will be presented today. And we've told them that we will spend just 5 minutes in their presentation. And Aquinas College, Akure, they brought an innovation to be presented. So Aquinas College will join them, and they will become 8. So 5 minutes to each of the presenters. And our judges are here. They will score them. So, and they will find average, and then come out with the first, second, and third. So today, and God will show himself great here today in Jesus' name. So the first person to present, we use the matric number from the sheet for the grading. We use the matric number because we want to be sure that they are our students, not somebody imported from outside, and we can have the proof to showcase it anytime. So thank you, ma'am. So you, on the sheet, you just put 1 and the matric number. So the name of the team leader for reality, that is Lawan Temitope Emmanuel. So they will be the first person to present. The matric number is IFT 20/5045. IFT/20/5045. So their innovation, they call it reality, and they will present it to us within the next 5 minutes. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Guests, dignitaries. Imagine the future. Okay. Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Dignitaries and our guests. I want us to imagine a future where we can foresee the success of engineering and artistic projects before construction, before implementation begins. Where we can see what our ideas will look like in the real world, and we can test and validate them. Our app, Reality V1, offers this ability to bring the creativity of artists and the exactness, the calculation, the accuracy engineers would like, and merge it together into a project. We have Reality. So Reality is a 3D application. It's a 3D AI application that users can type in their ideas. They can prompt our system, and it generates like a framework, a starting point where they can build from. So this our platform offers the ability for students, secondary school students, young people that don't have the idea or the expertise that will be required for a more complex application like SolidWorks, Blender, and all the more complicated systems. So they can start, and they are not limited to they don't just keep their ideas in their head. They can push out and see what it will look like in the world and test it. And pass.
Good day, everyone. My name is Stephen Felix from AJE Department, 300 level. Now, I want us to see this Reality app not just as an innovation of just innovation. I want you to see it as an innovation for FUTA. In 1996, a group of students came together and made Google. Group of students, actually, they made Google. And we are still using Google till today, just because of what? Its accuracy. I'm sure they didn't just sit down one day and just brought up ideas and we want to make Google today. They have processed the idea for as long as much. So now, that's what brings about this idea. We brought this app Reality. Engineers, I want to construct a building, like a story building. How do I want to start? What do I want to go about it? What are the problems I will face when going with? Next slide, please. Let's look at the problem and implementation. Now, number one is the time-consuming calculations and operating. Engineers here will like consider like, I want to build this house. How many days will it take me to do this? Before I even start the project, what is the 3D plan, the projection, everything I need to do? Those things take time. The next one, the uncertainty about real life application. What's going to happen to this building in 3 years? Okay, if there's a thunderstorm now, what will this building collapse? We want to know those type of things. The third one, inefficient cost estimation project viability. You know, if you are an engineer and you are given 30 million for a project, and you are in like Abuja, you estimated the project, okay, this is what it will cost. But in the project you want to actually do is in Lagos, and you see the price are variable. You won't even drop the project. But with this app Reality, the future of Reality, you're able to know the price at Abuja and even the price at Lagos. Next one. Now, limitations to traditional design, time consuming, you have said it. Next slide, please. Now, the solution to all this problem is Reality. Reality is a 3D modeling AI-powered simulation app. It simulates real-life application. Now, it predicts possible occurrence. Okay, you put those factors, you want to put in simulation. Okay, what happened when this force happened? When this thing happened to this building? What will happen to it? Like a bridge now. What happened when the temperature is high? Will this place expand? All this type of thing. This app will consider all these factors before you can go into the project. Next slide, please. Now, the effects on the project. It enhances the design of building, the efficiency of the building, how this building will last long. Next slide, please. Now, the key features of Reality. What are the features this app will have? Now, modeling. You know every design will begin with modeling. That's the first one. The simulation and the rendering, the prompting of AI. Now, this is where we are encountering a bit of problem. Because of the infrastructure we have is not enough to power this project. That's why we're actually here today for this innovation. To be able to embed this AI inside this app, we need a powerful system to be able to do this. Now, material pricing analysis. The app, once you have integrated AI, you will be able to consider all these factors before you can even go into projects as an engineer. Next slide, please. Now, next slide. Now, the target users. Who are the people that will use this Reality we are talking about? The first person, an engineer, civil engineer, aerospace. You will be able to design your buildings, your mechanical buildings, your buildings, your aeroplanes, your aircraft, stuff like that. Architects. When you want to construct a building, you know what's going to happen. The third one, researchers. You simulate that, okay, I want to perform research on building analysis now. You can use this app for it. The next, industries, oil industries, most of them, they have to like go a year before they can even venture into this business. They have to go a year before they can venture into the business. This app reality give them nothing less than 3 months to wrap this business up and move forward. Next slide, please. Next slide. Now, in our research, we discovered that there are over 40 million engineers in the world. And in Africa, we have like 1.5 million. And all these engineers, they encounter problems day by day. But if this app reality is brought into limelight, with true financing to be able to sponsor this type of project, I believe our stress as an engineer will just cut off it by 70%. That's the approximate price. Next slide, please. Now, it is going to revolve engineering. It's going to change the way engineers do their work. That's what this reality is going to be. Next slide, please. Now, the software development is going to cost, I'm not going to lie, it's a big project. It's going to cost 20 million naira. Actually, 20 million. But I'm thinking if you can start small to a bigger place. That's it. We have integrated, me and my partner here, we are experts in Python and app development, is in AI development. We have ventured into these apps and into these libraries to know what it's going to cost and how it's going to work. Next slide, please. Now, the infrastructure, I said what we needed earlier. I said infrastructural development. We don't have most infrastructure for this business. Like today, we're supposed to present the app actually today, but because of the complexity of the app and the type of infrastructure is not possible. Next slide, please. Now, the data cost. Every AI works with data. If you all agree with me, we analyze data to predict outcome. Now, to gain those data, you don't just gain any data. If you see some AI, what AI gives you sometimes, it's going to be like, sometimes this is not we need real data for real calculations. So we are going to purchase real data. We have experts also, data analysts that will write the data for us. Next slide, please. So overall, next slide. Overall, it's going to cost 20 million. But I'm thinking if you can start something with 2 million naira, it's going to go. Next slide, please. Next slide. Now, for the revenue part, please. For the revenue, we have already observed that when this app comes into limelight, what will be the revenue of this app? This app can generate, in about 3 years, can generate 200% income revenue back to us. So this app is going to venture like, it's going to be a bet of future school. That's what I want to say us here, both the judges and the guests, to see this AI app. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The second group is also a team innovation. So we have Odun Uyi Ireti Oluwa Victoria with matric number CPE/CPE/20/5613. So this is a team work, and the team will present to us. Thank you. Please go straight to your work. And all this theory, we don't want theory. Let us see the practical aspect of it. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Oduni Tomiwa. I'm the team lead for Team Smart Flame. So there's a huge concern about energy shortages in various parts of the world. So about 675 million people don't have access to electricity, and about 2.3 billion people, so they rely on traditional cooking methods for cooking. So I present to you the Smart Flame Cook Stove. It's a very efficient cooking device that generates electricity. So Smart Flame Cook Stove, with Smart Flame Cook Stove, you can cook with different fuel options. You can cook with charcoal, you can cook with wood, you can cook with pellets and briquettes. So the unique thing about the cook stove is it is smokeless. When it's burning, it does not release smoke to the environment. Unlike other traditional cooking methods, Smart Flame Cook Stove generates electricity. So we use the thermoelectric generation model to generate electricity directly from it. So you are cooking your food, at the same time you are charging up something that serves as a power bank that can help you charge your devices and that can help you provide light. So my team members are demonstrating the Smart Flame Cook Stove, and we are going to use this to light up this lamp and also charge a phone. So basically, this is the solution, a multi-fuel cook stove with affordable fuel options. You can generate electricity directly from this cook stove. There is faster cook stove ignition because we are using forced drafts to ignite the fire. Also, you save the earth by reducing CO2 emission. This is the next slide. Our target audience, basically, we have women in peri-urban areas, we have students in tertiary institutions, places that are prone to power outage, we have people in temperate or polar countries, also IDP camps and NGOs. Next slide, please. So this is what the architecture of the cook stove is supposed to look like. There's going to be an inner combustion chamber and an outer combustion chamber. So this makes sure this cook stove is smokeless. Then at the side, there's a thermoelectric generation module, and this helps us generate electricity from this cook stove. So yes, the next slide, please. Next slide. So I made a list of our competitors. We have power stove, we have BioLite, and we also have bone. So these companies also do similar things, but we have ways in which we stand out. The categories that we are putting in the slide is affordable. Smart flame promises to be an affordable option. It's a smokeless option. As I can see, the smoke from this device is not disturbing the environment. It generates energy. Also, it uses multi-fuel technology. Some other cook stoves uses just one fuel type, but here we can use different fuel types. I promise, even if you squeeze paper and put it inside the device and burn it, it's still going to cook your meal. Also, carbon credit subsidy. Next slide, please. Yeah, so I just made a list of the business model canvas, our key partners, the key activities, the value proposition, customer segments. This just highlights how we are going to move from our creation space down to the environment, how we are going to meet people to buy this device. The next slide, please. Then this is our value proposition canvas. We are producing an efficient cook stove with thermoelectric power generation. It saves money, promotes health and safety. There's a clean burning device. Also, it's very efficient. Then the gains, health improvement generally, because with this, we are going to reduce the amount of carbon emission in the environment because there's going to be less reliability on traditional meals. Then it's also going to provide jobs because now there are going to be people working in fabrication of the cook stove. This is the next slide. So this is our go-to-market strategy. We have highlighted the 4 P's of marketing from product, price, place, and promotion. We are producing an eco-friendly cook stove, that's the product. The price, we are promising competitive pricing, and which is still even going to give us enough profit margin. Then for the place where we are going to market, we have direct channels, physical shops, e-commerce websites. Then for promotion, we are going to be giving free prototypes. There are going to be places where people are going to come and test out free prototypes. The next slide, please. So this is our estimated projection. So if we start production this year, we estimate that by next year there should have been 1,000 people in the near market area. Then the Nigerian market area by 2026, we must have reached up to 20,000 people. Then the West African market by 2027, we must have reached up to 1 million people. Next slide, please. So I understand that when we are creating solutions, they have to be in line with the SDG goals. So we've highlighted 5 SDG goals, which is number 1, affordable and clean energy. Smart flames is affordable and clean energy because charcoal is easy to get, wood is easy to get, and clean energy because it is not increasing the carbon footprint of the environment. Also, climate action, reducing carbon footprint also. The other SDG goals, we have responsible consumption and production. We have good health and well-being. The next slide, please. So we highlighted the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. The SWOT analysis basically for the cook stove. Number 1 strength is the innovative thermoelectric generation technology. For the weakness, we have limited market awareness because for now, we don't think, although we are going to work on the marketing, but it's not exactly going to, the marketing is not exactly going to just happen as a boom, and then for the opportunities, expansion to off-grid areas, and also partnerships with government and NGOs. We understand that this is a kind of product that is going to interest the NGOs and the government. Then for the threats, we have competitors. Next slide, please. So these are my team members. I'm Miriam Tomiwa, the team lead. We have Kenny here, we have Niyo Molade, the researcher, we have Abubakar Sadiq and Temi Akaiwa. So let's wait for the demonstration. Transporting the prototype, some wires got disconnected, but we promised that before the end of the pitch, we are going to bring it back and demonstrate the energy generation. Thank you.
The next group is also it's an individual project. Olusegun Jesu Tola Henry. IPE, that's the matric number. IPE /22 0187. IPE /22 0187. You're welcome.
Over time in a bustling city, there is a common problem to everyone, to the creators, the designers, and the artists. And these problems has been all this while. Good day, everyone. My name is Olusegun Kende Jones. I'm here presenting on the foldable drawing board. Now, foldable drawing board, it has come to our notice, yes, Futa is a city, and over time, it has come to our notice that all the drawers, the designers are coming, and it's a stress carrying a board all around, which hinders so many things, especially during exam times. You know, students will be like, oh God, oh, it's another time for this drawing again. How do I carry this board? So we've come with a solution to help you solve it. Yeah, foldable drawing board is a place whereby you can actually put it in your pocket, like it can contain a bag, you can carry it all along everywhere you go. So it also has, one of the advantages of this foldable drawing board is it has a space within it. So there is an integrated storage where you can put your, please move to the key features. Yes. So there is an integrated storage whereby you can put your, like the set square, some other stuff. You can insert it into this board, and it has a design, like you see it has an handle. You can carry not something, and you can drop it. It can stand on its own. So it's not something you have to be pumping. Oh, hope this thing will not fall and stuff like that. Okay, so our solution here is to help students, and majorly, so let me, okay, please move to the retail, to the business model. This next slide. Thank you. Okay, so our partnership is with stores, like art stores. So whereby designers display their project, you can actually come when you meet there. So, you know, our partnership comes in place whereby when you meet all these guys, when you come to share art or you come to buy art, all the drawers in there or the artists can actually come. Okay, there's a board there for you which you can carry everywhere you go to pitch your project. And also schools, yeah, schools like Federal University of Technology, schools like the Rukipo, sorry, I've forgotten their name now. So, no, yes, we must give our Polytechnic and some other schools that offer, some other technology schools. We have so many technology schools that offer these things. And so, and the last people are the Educational Institute. You know, talk of any educational institute, especially secondary schools, Akona, I know you are doing technical drawing, right? Yes, so there's a Imekun, there are so many people offering, there are so many secondary schools offering this thing. I don't know for other secondary schools, I'm very sorry, but I know for Akuna, so they are offering it. I know Imekun is doing so, I know Mute is also doing it. So, and yes, if we start this project, if we get the investment, and by next year, 2025, we can reach a people of 1,000 to 2,000. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Number 4. Adewale Timitope Adeleke, AGE, matric number AGE/20/5433 5433 5433. That's the matric number. They are presenting on how to sell used item. So it's a team innovation. Over to you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, staff. Good afternoon, ma. My name is Adewale Timitope Adeleke from Department of Agriculture and Environmental Engineering, 300 level. And I'm here with my team this morning, Ademola Sunday Emmanuel from Department of Industrial Chemistry, and Oyewole Oluwatobiloba from Department of Food Science Technology. And here we are presenting usedItem.com. How does usedItem.com come idea? How did the idea came up? I was in the room with my roommates on one evening, and we had a MiFi in the room. We just bought it recently, so he now told me that we can put this up for sale. We can put it up for sale since we are not using it. We have good phone with good internet connection. So I said, how can we go about this? He said, I have to push to groups. If I can go to SEEDS groups, go to SLS, SPS groups, and look for potential buyers. So it means there is a platform lacking whereby people can sell reusable item or second-hand item, used item. And more so too, we have final year students that maybe upon graduation they have bed frame, they have some books, they have some chairs, they have some things that they just bought recently and want to put up for sale. So I and my roommate, he's a graphic designer, he just come with the web flow that how will this go about, and I code the project up. So here is the recap of of the app and the motivation behind it. So next slide, please. So upon screening, we come up, we see that there are some things, there are some features lacking. Can you go to the website? Can you go to the website? The website. Chrome. Yes. So here is usedItem.com.ng. You can go to the home, please. So here is usedItem.com.ng. We made it easy that students from the corner of their room, they can just snap the picture of a lamp. Giving a potential buyer, we have a little percent commission. Giving a potential buyer, we have a little percent commission on you, and which is 5% of whatever we want to sell. Let's say you put up a leading lamp or a Dex lamp for sale. Maybe you've used it recently and you want to put it up for sale. Maybe 12,000 naira. We just have a little percentage commission on you. And we have a very strong policy whereby we don't allow. There is no case of theft. You can't bring stolen item to the site because there is authentication on the site. We have KYC, a very strong one, that it has to authenticate you. Are you a Futarian? Are you a student in the campus community? So we are bringing sustainability. We are bringing e-market among student community, whereby we can upload used items that we feel that we don't need this anymore. We can bring it there and look for a potential buyer to get this purchase from us. And this is usedItem.com.ng. Thank you, sir.
very much. Adewale, Timutope, Adeleke, and others. So we are going to the fifth person. It's also a group innovation. We are calling on Amos Godwin to come and lead the team. Amos Godwin is from CPE, that's the matric number, CPE /23/4780. 4780. So the team will present Monitro. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Godsulemos, and first of all, I would like to thank the Director of TechPeak and the Associate Director for this great opportunity. So, I present to you Monitro, increasing life longevity by improving the health sector. So, Monitro is simply a health monitoring device. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, and in my team, I have Daramola Michael. He's from Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and Mr. Babalola Emmanuel from the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering here at the Federal University of Technology, Accra. Next slide. Next slide. So, Monitro, what are the problems that we encountered that motivated us to create this device? Imagine a pregnant woman losing her child. That's so bad because of the failure to track illnesses and ailments. That is where Monitro comes into place. That is where Monitro comes into place. And with this device, you can track illnesses. You can track illnesses at early stages, which could be sent over to a medical practitioner or to a doctor to give you a treatment based on the hospital to get checkups or to get health or medical tests of which you can do right from your home. From your kitchen, you can walk into your bedroom to use this device to get medical data. For example, with this device, next slide. Next slide. So with this device, we use these four major data to get the cumulative data that will be sent over to the doctor or to the medical practitioner, of which he or she would be able to give treatment based on this data. This device can get body temperature, electrocardiogram, oxygen saturation, and heart rate, which is also the heartbeat per minute. Next slide. Stress. Because the WHO has stated in 2019 that many illnesses were from occupational stress, which were not being called at an early stage. And pregnancy monitoring, fitness monitoring for athletes, and emergency end of this device to help give more personalized user insights and advanced blood sample analysis in professional and more accurate way of performing medical tests without using blood sample. And if we can integrate this into this device, it will make it way innovative and more marketable to everyone. And the next is wearability. There is no technology that does not come with convenience. Imagine having to just use it as a wristwatch or as a headband, and you can be moving and living your daily life while your doctor is getting your medical reports in the hospital. Okay, next slide. So who are our target audience? Our target audience is everyone. Because everyone, we all care about our health, right? So our target audience is everyone, and it's not just limited to the hospital. Everyone needs to get this device to be able to monitor and track our health at early stages. Next slide. Next slide. Okay, so in conclusion, this device solves two most important of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which is SDG 3, which is good health and well-being, and SDG 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure. Monitro has successfully demonstrated the potential of innovative design and engineering to address real-world challenges. So thank you very much for
Thank you. Number 6. That's Olanibekon. Jesu told me. Jesu told T. The matric number is ENT /23 6106. 6106. He will be presenting on Medicare.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, judges. And so I will be presenting to you Medicare. Please, pause. Okay, so I will be presenting to you Medicare. And what's Medicare? And so if you are a resident of Lagos, Ogun, or Abuja, you have learned about some major telemedicine platforms, which some are Wella Health, One Health, Health Plus. And so, how is Medicare special? How are we different from what other telemedicine platform has done? And so, take me to competitive advantages. And so, as we have seen here, our competitive advantage is that, okay, most of the telemedicine platforms we have around, most of them specialize on 1 or 2 or 3 areas. Like Wella Health, they specialize on online pharmacy services, they specialize on virtual consultations. But Medicare is specializing on almost every area. And also a new development in the healthcare sector is smart AI support. And so the integration of the smart AI will empower healthcare professionals. And so let's look at this scenario whereby a medical doctor wants to, attend to 20 patients in a day. And so with reading the medical records and attending to them, you can actually use smart AI, which will analyze the medical reports for him, and he can take a rapid decision on the patient's record. And also, let's go to our services. Yeah. So on our platform, Medicare platform, you have access to health insurance claim. So why has this service come out? There was a problem or a report that was released by WHO that revealed that it's only 5% of the population of Nigerians that have access to, that they are under coverage of health insurance. While a whopping amount of the population of 95% of the population of Nigerians are not under the coverage of health insurance. So what does Medicare bring to the market, to the telemedicine world? So you have access to available, accessible, and empowering health insurance schemes, and also virtual consultation. You can also connect connect with a medical expert virtually via a video call, a voice call, and all of that. And so there is a new development we are bringing also, which is a GPS locator or a Google map. But what we'll be showing on the Google map will be nearby medical facilities around you. So without you going to an hospital and you see a lot of people there, and before you get attended to, you spend 2 hours, 1 hour, 3 hours before you get attended to by a medical doctor. So you can actually go on Medicare platform and just go to the GPS locator the page, and also you can just check around you what are the medical facilities around me. And not just only that, we see that, okay, Ajali Koko hospital is around me. No, you can also have access to their medical doctors or experts. That is, you can message them on our platform. And also, you can schedule a checkup time or session with them. And also, we have ambulance rapid response. And so, in a scenario whereby a vehicle just had an accident, and people are gathering around the vehicle and say, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Nobody will remember the emergency number of Nigeria, which is 112. And so with our platform, you can actually go on the platform and there will be a number you can call, and we will direct you or link you up with the nearest ambulance or emergency service around you. That you will just call an hospital and they will be like, there's no petrol, or our vehicle is not good at this time. So we make sure you have access to instant ambulance rapid response service, and also online pharmacy or health product pharmacy. Okay, so you can go online. Maybe you need a refill of your essential drug. Maybe you have diabetes and your drugs are finished, and so you can actually go on our platform and order your drugs based on subscription. Not just that you just go and then you want to buy paracetamol and then you order it. No, you have to provide a prescription slip that was given to you by a medical doctor, or actually consult with our medical experts on our platform. Then you get your prescription slip and the drugs will be delivered to you to your house. And so AI assisted scheduling, which medical practitioners can use to assist them to ease their stress in office. And so AI assisted scheduling, virtual health assistants, remote monitoring, and all of that. So take me to revenue streams. Okay, so how do we want to generate revenue on Medicare platform? And so we have diverse income opportunities from our platform. Our platform is a subscription-based, but although there are some free features on it, but most of them are subscription-based. So we gain revenue from that. And also the SmartCare AI, it will be a subscription-based model where you can use it. And so let me just talk about our major competitors, what they do, and what we are doing more. And so we have Wella Health. I've talked about it before. Wella Health, One Health, and with the help of this sponsoring, Medicare will also join them. And thank you for listening.
Round of applause again to our innovator. Thank you very much. We are going to call Idowu Stephen. Idowu Stephen, matric number is CHE/18/0818. We will be talking on the time-based beverage, innovation on time-based beverage. I hope you have enough to give all our visitors.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm grateful to Futa, the prof, our VC in absentia, and also the director of TechPeak and his associate director also, and to every one of us on the IT group and every one of us here. Thank you very much. So I would like to lead this speech with a story. My name is Stephen Idowu Boluwatipe. I'm a student of chemistry 500 level. It dates back to when I was 15. My pastor had a terrible sickness, and in fact, it was like his anointing was failing, right? We got to the hospital, only to diagnose the cause of this sickness. And I forgot to say also, my pastor was an ardent lover of soft drinks, and that was the problem, right? So my pastor had just been diagnosed with an illness that was caused by excessive consumption of conventional soft drinks. Now, stepping out of the hospital venue, I made a decision that we were going to solve this problem for the millions of Nigerians that are prone to this same pain through a brand that doesn't just offer refreshments in the form of soft drinks, but also good health. So the journey to marry good health and refreshment started. And I'm grateful to God that today we are doing that same thing through our brand, Timebliss. So Timebliss is an innovative brand that is poised to change the face of the beverage industry in Nigeria. And we are inspired to solve the multiple health problems caused by conventional soft drinks. I might want to ask us, why are we doing this? Is there any need for this? Let's look at the WHO data. Please, can we go to the next slide? All right, so as at 2014, 422 million people worldwide live with diabetics. In 2021 alone, 1 in 10 adults within the age of 20 and 79 are either living with diabetics, obesity, or a particular sugar-related disease, of which conventional soft drink is a major culprit. And if I'm looking at this, our audience, sir and mass, I believe that we are within this age range of 20 and 79, which means that within us, at least probably 10 or 20% is prone to diabetics in this audience, of which conventional soft drinks is one of the major problems. Now, let's look at Nigeria. In Nigeria alone, 4 million people are suffering from diabetics. According to WHO, these figures are likely to rise, even in low-income countries like Nigeria. Why? Nigeria ranks 7th globally, I mean the whole world, among the countries that consume soft drinks a lot. So at Timebliss, what are we doing? Please, next slide. So is there something that we could do? Albert Einstein said, and I quote, "You can't solve a problem with the same thinking that created it." Sure, there is a problem, but how do we solve this problem? So we decided that Timebliss will be made differently, using an ingredient that is unique to us. Because of course, if we are going to be solving our own problem, we must use our own ingredient. So we made use of the hibiscus, and we brought an innovation into it. And this is the innovation. Ordinary hibiscus can't last more than 2 days. And if we are going to be commercializing this drink and presenting to the millions of Nigerians like we propose to do, that solution is probably not scalable. So our innovation is that through our unique technology and processing, we've been able to increase the shelf life of this drink 2,900% higher. So we've been able to increase the shelf life of this drink from 2 days to about 50 days without refrigeration. With refrigeration, it can last as much as 3 months, which means that this drink is now scalable and can be commercialized. Next slide, please. So we have a drink that is refreshing, indigenous, healthy, and also nature-inspired. So if you are the kind of person that loves healthy refreshment, Timebliss is your answered prayer. Business. So what are the opportunities that exist for this market? The hibiscus market is valued at $122 million worldwide. And this figure is bound to grow by about 7.2% to grow to 197 million in 2027, which means that there's a huge market for hibiscus. And also, why do we choose the hibiscus? The hibiscus is a perfect fit for the problem that we are solving. The hibiscus, according to a research carried out at FIRU, led by Dr. Ochukwu, hibiscus has hypolipidemic, hypoglycemic properties that are proven to be effective in the management of diabetics and cholesterol levels, which means that our solution perfectly fits the problem that we are going to be solving. Next slide, please. So, what have we done so far? Like we all know, it's a food product, a beverage, and we know that, people have issues with consuming products that are not yet NAFDAC certified. So, regardless of this problem, we've been able to supply our drink to places that are perfect fit for our products, like the fitness center, Active Fusion here in Futa, in town at Agape, and also Shape of Fitness Center in Futa, and also Timebliss is also available in about 4 stores now in Futa. Next slide. So in the last 3 months, we've been able to rise from, we started this brand with about 20,000 naira, and we've been able to make a revenue of about 150,000 naira by selling about 300 pieces of our drink, despite the challenges that we face. And also this month, we were able to secure an investment of 100,000 naira by someone that was impressed by what we are doing at the brand. Please next slide as we conclude. So what does this mean? An investment an investment in Timeless is not only an investment in a brand or an innovative solution, but we are making us see that this innovation is an innovation that can be commercialized. So an investment in Timeless means an investment in sustainability as we align with the SDG 3 and the SDG 12, health and well-being and sustainable sourcing, and also Africa and our dear Futa, as our factory will be established in Futa, even as we are doing now on a larger scale. So thank you very much. Vote Timeless, vote health and refreshment, vote Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause to the presenter. God bless you. I want to call on Aquinas College, Akure, for their presentation. Olaleye Ayobami and his team, they are coming to present canister / liquefied petrol foam gas. You can see it there on the table. A round of applause to them. So you have 5 minutes for the presentation. It's okay like that. We'll see it.
Meet my mom. In a day, we woke up early in the morning and to have breakfast as usual. But unfortunately, our gas have been exhausted. So then we have to look for gas, searching, looking for hours. Fortunately, all of the gas filling stations nearby us have been closed down. So then, this inspired me and my colleague to provide a game-changing solution to this problem. So then we come up with this canister gas, which they are normal gas. Now, this project, we all know that in the environment today and in our community today, we have a high cost of gas that everybody can no longer afford. Now, we live in a world whereby common man can no longer afford common things. We live in a world whereby we need to financially gas out to refill our gas. With this problem, we came out with this project named the liquefied petroleum gas, producing gas from both petrol and water.
We can see that in the situation of Nigeria right now, we can see that we have high cost of gas and common people can't no longer afford gas, the common gas. So as a GOGM, generation with a creative and innovative project called canister gas or liquefied gas, LPG. So, and we can also see the materials we use for the project are materials that we can commonly see in our environment. Like we have plastic bottle, we have water, petrol, and we also have hose. And this is also a can in which we use for building the air pump.
Now we can see that this our project. It will provide solution for this affordable gas, high cost of gas we have in our society. And our project is more sustainable than this gas we have in our society. We can see that because people can no longer afford these gases, they have to use firewood, which releases a lot of gas that is dangerous to our society, even dangerous to our body, and can cause a lot of health issues. Now, our target audience is the urban areas dwellers, which can no longer afford our common gas. We also target food processing companies that process food using fuels and heat to process their materials. Now we can see that with our project, we are going to provide solution to this high affordable cost of gas, and this our gas is more sustainable. So now we are going to put a test to it. Okay, what's happening now is just that the year we are using it has get exhausted, so we want to put some here inside so that we can use it. So with both petrol and water, we can be able to produce gas that we can actually use at home to cook and do a lot of things we want to do at home with just little price, which is affordable to all compared to our normal gas bill. Thank you.
A round of applause for Aquinas Grammar School and for Aquinas College, Akure. We can still give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. God bless you. Our student that present innovation on smart stove. Please quickly come. We are giving you just 2 minutes. You've told others to come and show us how your smart stove works. So please come and do it within the next 2 minutes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Due to the issue of transporting the cook stove, since it's just our first prototype, in transferring it, there are some issue with the wires. So unfortunately, it was unable to. We have been working on it, but it wasn't giving us the response we wanted. So we have the video because we did it yesterday, and the video is there where we use it to power a lamp. The next video. It's not this one. So those are the images. So that is it. I just pause it there. Let's play the video once again. Just pause. Okay, that's it. So that was a practical we did yesterday, and it proved that it was working. But unfortunately, due to the transportation stuff, there's some disconnection within the wires, and we are having an issue in fixing it together. So we have the pictures there also. We have a lot of pictures there that we can also go through. Just as we have known that the cook stove, just like what our leader said, it burns, it's smokeless, we use it in cooking food, just like our traditional way of cooking. And at the same time, it converts heat energy. It converts the heat using a TEG, converting it into an electrical energy to store the charges. And when the battery is charged, we can charge our utilities also, like our stove, like our phones, like our torchlight, and some other stuff like that. So these are the images of what we've done. And we really wanted to show you how this operates, but unfortunately, we really can't do it.
Thank you very much. So we thank all the presenters, and we pray that God will continue to grant you good knowledge, powerful innovations, in the name of Jesus. Thank you very much. I want to hand over to Mrs. Taiwo Fabi.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for our presenters. We are moving ahead to the panel interactive sessions. It's going to take just about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Please, I want to invite Mr. Holade, over to you.
Good afternoon, gentlemen and ladies, the students, the professors seated, and I want to quickly welcome the panelists to the seat. Please, as I'm inviting you to sit from here to the other side. Barrister Maureen Ovie, who happens to be the from Federal Ministry of Labour and the head of Migrant Resource Centre, Lagos. Thank you. You're welcome. You're sitting from this side. I have also Dr. Augustine, himself head of a component, GIZ. You sit next to her. I have Mr. Abukili Shego. Mr. Shego Abukili, please. You sit. Dr. Adeola Ikudaisi, Opolo Global. Sharon. And I have Mr. Alonga Sampson. You are all welcome to this 4.0 Beyond Certificate of Federal University of Technology powered by TechWeek. And let me start from answering this question from Dr. Augustine Isofo. Now, what are the key characteristics of effective leaders, and how can they be developed in young individuals? The key characteristics of effective leaders, and how can they be developed in our young leaders, the upcoming generations?
All right, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone, once again. I want to presume that we are already well informed about what it means to be a leader. A leader, first of all, is a servant, somebody who is given to service to others, stemming from what he or she already knows. So there is the part of knowledge and there is the part of service. And then to be a leader as well suggests somebody who is at the fore. So the person is at the front and others look up to him or her and follow. So if that person does not have clear direction or purpose, does not know where he or she is going, then there is bound to be a problem, because in some quarters it has said that the blind cannot lead the blind. And if such happens, what happens if the blind leads the blind? they will all end up in a ditch, right? So the leader knows the way, and it's very willing to show others the way in a manner of service. Already I've talked about a number of qualities in this brief statement, but then what really matters for me as well is the attitude the leader uses. How does he or she show the way? So another characteristic that will come up there is empathy. Like being able to understand that, it takes a whole lot for people to measure up with the level that we have attained. So that we need to put ourselves in the shoes of others who are trying to learn from us, to understand the various differences that people go through or experience in the course of growth. Be patient with some, even more patient with some more than others. So there is also the quality of humility, which is more like appreciating that what you know is not really that you are the best or you are entitled to it. There are people as well that have invested in my life and in your life to come to the level where you are. So some of these things are very important features and characteristics that I think that a leader should possess. Thank you.
Before I go to the barrister to just let me let our voice, I remember Shegun Akiolu sang a song that said, a true test of a leader is to lead while in front and be responsible when things go wrong at the back. That is a leader. When you are in the front, anything goes wrong at the back, you are responsible for it. Not that you are passing walk. Not that you are passing walk. And once upon a time, a man of God, Billy Akon, said, a leader is the person that has the tip of his trousers wet. That is to say, he will have gone ahead of everybody in the dew of the money. And the tip of his trousers wet, all that will move on the dry ground. So how do we imbibe this in the young one?